Hello and welcome to the Luxury Hybrid channel. Today's discussion is all about Kilian Roses on Ice. I lately have drawn an affinity toward rose scented perfumes, and in future videos you'll understand why. I'll kick off by talking about the packaging and the presentation. In my last video, what I got for Christmas, I mentioned how I felt that this gorgeous, stunning bottle was worthy of a coffret rather than the cardboard packaging, which is still beautiful and presentable. However, I've recently learned that Estée Lauder acquired Kilian, so that probably explains the cardboard packaging. Most likely something they felt would help to cut costs. Roses on Ice is one of the two perfumes, the other being Angel's Share, which is under the liqueurs of Kilian's perfume line. It was launched in 2020. Interestingly enough, the design of the bottle has an Art Deco inspiration, and it's supposed to represent the era of the speakeasy, which was from 1920 to 1933 during the time of Prohibition. And I just thought it was clever how he wanted to launch this particular line during 2020, despite the horrible year that we had. I love how the bottle has the K motif, because as we all know, or in case you're not aware, Kilian Hennessy, he is the great-great-grandson, or he is the heir to the renowned French cognac family Hennessy. So I think it's lovely how he's paying homage to his family heritage. But if you look closely on the bottle design, you'll see that there's the K motif engraved throughout, which still puts his personalization while still paying a tribute to his family's heritage. So now the top itself is a very substantial plastic, but the bottle that houses the juice is a really nice, sturdy, and weighty glass. On the top, you can see here, there is the engraving of K for Kilian. And the front of the bottle just has a simple diamond-shaped golden plaque, which is this bottle. It's stunning. So this particular bottle is a 50 ml bottle, which retails for $195. But for the avid collector, there's also a carafe, which is 250 mls for a mere $750. And keeping in suit with his perfume line, these bottles are refillable. It's also described as an aromatic fragrance for women and men. Quickly, if you're new to my channel, I welcome you to subscribe because I love to post videos about life, style, and beauty. And don't forget to click the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. I'm going to read off the main accords to you. They are ozonic, aquatic, aromatic, green, fresh, spicy, woody, citrus, musky, rose, and powdery. On the top notes, there's cucumber. This is going to be very important from my personal description. Juniper berries, lime. The middle note is of rose centifolia, and being a novice to perfume collecting, I looked up what rose centifolia was, and it's the Provence rose or Cabbage rose or Rose de Mai, which is a hybrid rose developed by the Dutch rose breeders in the period between the 17th century and the 19th century, and possibly earlier. And then when you get down to the base notes, you've got musk and you have sandalwood. Initially, when you smell this perfume, you do smell the freshness of rose petals, but there's a cool edge that's also accompanied by it. And in the beginning, I just couldn't put my finger on what that was, but it is, that's where you get the cucumber. So now it's really romantic to me how Kilian wanted to recapture his wife's favorite drink of gin on the rocks with a splash of lime. I mean, I find that to be highly romantic. Getting back to the cucumber in the opening, and then the juniper berries help give it a rise, so to speak. And unlike most openings, in my experience with this perfume, I've now had a month or close to a month to wear it. I noticed that the opening seems to linger a lot longer than other openings in perfumes. And this is really a beautiful, beautiful perfume. I have a feeling that it's really not gaining the popularity it deserves, probably because of the time of year that it was launched. Angel's Share is a more boozy perfume, and it just seemed more fitting for, you know, the pastries for Thanksgiving and Christmas and cookies and cinnamon and gingerbread and pumpkin pie, all those things, rich meals. It just seemed more suited for that time. But this perfume really develops. In the middle, you really find that the rose, it's not just a rose, it's a blooming rose. You feel as though the rose is blooming on your body. Then when you get toward the base, when it dries down, it gets a little bit deeper, sexier. It's lighter. You know, it's not a heavy perfume. It's not thick, that's for sure. But it does get deeper, and it does get sexier and sweeter. And that's where the musk definitely develops, and then the sandalwood. I like to call it sweet sandalwood because sandalwood does give off that sweetness. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this would be the perfect wedding day perfume. And the journey that you go on with this scent just represents a wedding day. It's like you've just gotten out of the shower and you're sitting down to get your makeup done. You know, that just expresses the aromatic and the freshness of this perfume. Then you get down to your ceremony where you're exchanging your vows with the love of your life, and that's where the rose starts to bloom on your body and develop. Then you dance the night away, and as it dries down, you get into the more musk and sandalwood and the romantic interlude on your wedding night. It just is so beautiful. I love this perfume very much. Probably love it even more so that it was given to me by my love. And if you look closely at the bottle, you can almost see a slight tint to the color of the juice inside. It's ever so slight. So I ordered a decant, and this is the funny thing about me. When something gets too much hype, the way Baccarat Rouge did, when I first heard a review about it, I was intrigued. I went to Neiman Marcus and I got a sample. And then I just kept seeing review after review after review, and I just got a little turned off because of the review. Funny enough, in real life, I'm not walking around smelling Baccarat Rouge on everyone. Could be the mask, could be the times, but I'm not really smelling it on anyone. I think it's just seeing so many reviews where I just feel as though it's become a fragrance that's so overly saturated in the market now. So getting back to Angel's Share, it was sold out. I went to 3 different department stores. I was in Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom, and Neiman Marcus. They were sold out. Bloomingdale's did have a bottle on display, so the lady behind the counter was really gracious enough to give me a couple of sprays on my hand. It's interesting because there was something really familiar about Angel's Share, which is what led me to order just the decant. I don't think I want to pull the trigger right away. I'm happy, however, that I pulled the trigger on this because unlike the other 2 rose scents that I have, and I have a 4th one on the way, each rose scent that I have is completely different from one another. The fact that this is completely different from anything else that I've smelled makes this fragrance even more special to me. I just want to spray it some more, but I sprayed an oud on me earlier, so I don't want to mix it. Oh, I can mix it too if I want to. I'd quickly like to mention that I mentioned a giveaway in my last video, so head on over there because there's still time for you to enter. It's until January 31st. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. How do I turn it off? I don't know how to turn off my old camera. This gave me some Madewell vibes. This bag right here, I love it. It's 100% leather. On the inside, I just have a pochette accessoire round coin key. I think my keys are in here.